Okay, so hi guys, this is gonna be a quick little tutorial for DollSkip 3.0. Um, well, the 3.0 is basically I don't actually know what the version 1 was. That was before I started speedrunning, but basically there's two versions of DollSkip around. They're currently performed, and the one is where you get the DollSkip death cam set up, or like you get a death cam and you run over the bridge, and normally there's this wall where you can't pass through without the doll from the deacons, but if you're in death cam, that wall like deloads. And the DollSkip 3.0 is so that was what I explained just now was 2.0, and 3.0 is where you get the death cam and then you abuse the deloading of a kill plane to drop down to, like, I'm gonna show you guys where you drop down to, where you're gonna end up. But yeah, that's the 3.0 is the fastest version, and it's I think it's actually the easiest with the right setup. And yeah, I'm gonna go over my setup for DollSkip here, because actually quite a lot of people have asked me to do one, even Nems and Fool, the god gamers themselves, without bragging. But yeah, so I thought a long time about if I want to do this on like live or in video, but I think I'm gonna like draw a lot of stuff on the screen. So I think it might be easier just have a video and then pause it every time I can, or I have to explain something. Yeah, so it's just pretty much, if you I'll put a timestamp for those of you who know how the first part works and don't want to have a setup for it. Like, I'm gonna also go over my setup for the first part of DollSkip, which is the death cam, because I feel like I get that pretty consistently as well. If you guys are not interested, I'll put a timestamp just for the second part, the spook, quitout, and drop down to the kill plane, which is, I'm guessing, what most people are here for. But anyway, I'm just gonna go over everything. So first part is, like, as usual, you chop the bridge so you can use it as a ladder later, and yeah, you maneuver yourself through these these stones. Yeah, you're just gonna have to get used to how you jump around in there to get over the stones. Right here, if you angle your camera in a certain way, you can actually get over these, like this. I don't know I hope you can see my mouse over this part here, in one jump. But if you don't get in one jump, there's a chance that, like, there's a skeleton behind you here that might kill you. If you hear the skeleton hit a stone, you're definitely good to go. You can jump twice, or even sometimes roll over that part after the first jump. If you don't hear the skeleton, like if you hear the skeleton just running after you, it's sometimes the safest option. Just like do a quick quit out before jumping over here. So anyway, this is like the first part of my setup. So you see these two like I don't know, holes in the ground, and you want to have your left foot like kind of in the middle, and don't have your left foot too far in front of those stones, like in front of the line that they build with the top edges. And like you can roll off the next part if you're too far in front. If you're like a little further back, that should perfectly be fine. If you're right in the middle, it's very lenient actually. You don't have to be too precise about this. Like somewhere in the middle about this, not too far in front, but somewhere in the middle. Yeah. Have your left foot there. Then what I do is I switch to my mouse and I press my mouse button to cast spook. so I can move my camera while casting spook. And I put my health bar right around this, like on top of this leftmost, stalactite here. And then you just spam roll forwards, like hold W on the keyboard and spam roll. And here you're gonna have to walk on that ledge, like over to that ledge. And what I do is let me go back a bit. Right, you see this edge here, this corner. You wanna, like, I hold shift on my keyboard to slow walk, and I just put my camera in such a way that I would walk towards that corner, right? So don't go too far to the right here, else the next setup that I'm gonna do for getting over to the second part is gonna like fail and result in you falling to death. So yeah, then here you see, like, there's this I don't know, there's this guy here, and I just put my health bar like a little left of his right arm. You can use whatever you want that's on this like vertical line here, but I just use this because it's easy to spot. And then from here on, you can safely sprint forwards. You can just hold sprint and W, and you'll never fall down if you did the other parts like I did them. And then here, like, be careful not to walk too far to the left, or you will fall down. Yeah, so this is the beginning of my setup for what I am pretty sure is the, for me at least, is the hardest part of the skip, like actually getting the death cam. It's not super hard. It's like fair and keep skip. You just gotta get used to the timing. You see this kind of ledge right here, and I walk right to the end of that. Not too far. If you walk too far, this little wall right here might push you to the right and will ruin your setup. So don't walk too far, just like, I don't know, barely to the end of that. I don't know why my video right here is such a bad resolution, but anyway, if I record something now, it's gonna have the same resolution, so might as well go with it. Yeah, so walk here, and then this next part I already looked at it. My quality is is not allowing to see very well what I use for setup, but maybe you can still spot it. Like, there's like a black line here. If you go in game and check for yourself, you're definitely gonna see what I mean. There's like a, I don't know, it's like a black line here on the wall, and I put my health bar like a little bit right of the middle of that black line. Again, it's not super precise, but the more precise you're gonna do it, the more consistent your skip is gonna be, because you'll have the same timing on your jump every time. So yeah, put your health bar there, and then what I look for as I turn around is this corner of the wall. Again, it might be hard to spot in the video, but if you go there, you'll see what I mean. I also put a link to this video in the description, so you guys can look at it again and again if you want to. Yeah, so let's go back a bit. I accidentally hovered over the bar there. Yeah, so walk to that ledge and have your right foot like right beside it, so it like touches the wall. But it will touch the wall if you did the setup before, the same that I did. It's just, question about how far you walk forward, but like right to there. And then I put my stamina bar, like, I don't actually know. I hope you can see my mouse pointer. If not, I'm gonna redo this whole thing and actually draw on the screen like I originally planned to but yeah, let's see. I put my stamina bar on the middle of this, like here's a corner and here's a corner, right? I just put it in the middle there, like this. And then, like, this is the hard part. This is the part you're gonna have to practice and you're gonna have to get used to. What you're gonna do next is sprint forwards, and at a certain point, you're gonna press W on your keyboard. Not W, I mean, you're already pressing W. Press D on your keyboard together with W, so you're basically walking diagonally right. And then press jump, like a little after. Not, I mean, yeah. It's like a bit like fair and skip, where you can put a small delay in between those button inputs, so your character has time to turn. And yeah, so then you're gonna jump, and then you're just gonna spam roll on your keyboard. Because basically what you're doing is fall damage cancel at the bottom of the pit here. Yeah, and what I use as a visual lineup for when I have to jump is, you see the horizontal line where my left foot will kind of, like this plane almost where my left foot is standing on. When the hip of my character or the chest of my character, again, it's not super precise, like visually you're not gonna react as fast, it's just to get a feeling for it. When that's like my hip or my chest is gonna go past that point, like you're gonna slide down here, it's gonna go past that point, then is when I press W and jump. So yeah, let's see it in action. Maybe I actually slow down the video so you guys can see what I mean. I'm actually doing it quite a bit late here on this attempt, but it's definitely better to do it late than early. Like late is a little more, you have a little more room towards the later part of the jump than towards the earlier part of the jump. If you're gonna do it too early, you're just gonna not get the you're just not gonna be able to roll. Okay, so it's played in like slow speed. So you here walk like sprint forwards, and then right there I jump diagonally right and spam roll. Yeah, and then you're gonna land here on the ground, and let's speed up the next part again a bit because it's just walking. Like this part's very comfy. There's gonna be some invisible walls here that you can't go straight here. You can't go. There's like a wall here, so just play around with it. Just walk around, see where you can go, where you can't. You can use these clouds as setup sometimes, but it's best if you just get a feel for it. Yeah, so walk up here, walk up here, and then yeah, this next part is actually what I'd say is the second most important part of the skip, because if you're gonna, like, the next thing you're gonna do is grab onto that bridge you chopped down earlier, and if you do it at a certain angle, your camera angle will always be around the same angle as well. And the camera angle that you're gonna have when you climb up the bridge is very important, because if you change your camera angle, the setup that I'm gonna do for the third part of the skip, which is the drop down, is not gonna be the same. So what I'll do is actually slow it down to normal speed again. What I'll do is just walk around the corner here, right? And then, again, this is not the fastest setup, because it will be the fastest to just sprint all the way to the like use up all your stamina by the time you grab onto the ladder. But I feel like sprinting most of the time or some of the time will result in you getting a different angle or just straight up losing ladder, like not grabbing onto it. And when you don't grab onto the ladder, you're gonna have a hard time. You're either gonna fall down or your camera angle is gonna be like 180 degrees inverted. So yeah, but I just stop sprinting here. I hold my stick, my left stick from my controller, like completely diagonally right. You can probably spot it here on the control overlay. And I just spam, just like as fast as you can, just press X. Because, you know, as I said, your camera angle is going to change based on when you grab onto the ladder. So anything like, you see the stalactites here again, anything where your health bar is in between this, like this, I don't know, 30-degree angle here is going to be fine for the next part. Yeah, this is just a walking simulator again. Again, get used to walking around in death cam. It actually helps a lot. I fell down quite a lot of time here at the top, to be honest, when I wasn't really you know, that comfy with death cam. But you're gonna get used to it pretty quickly. And actually, I'm pretty sure you can do all of this on keyboard and not on controller if you're more comfortable doing keyboard death cam. But I would advise doing it with controller. You just have more directions to choose from, more angles of freedom. So yeah, walk through the store here. Walk right, like as I do, along these stones. Okay, so this is gonna be the third part, and it's actually pretty easy. Like, all you're gonna do is there's like a wall here between these two stones. You're gonna hug that wall and like do 2 steps. So what I do here is I count the steps, because you don't see anything about the environment here. And counting seconds is like, sure, you can look at the timer and count for how long you have to walk, but I feel like counting steps is the most consistent you can do. And like this part actually has a like 90%, I don't know, what do I call it, 90% success rate. So yeah, it's not too hard. Just hug the left wall here, do 2 more steps out of, like, this is the doorway you go into Irithel. 2 more steps outwards, and then turn left. Like, I say left and I mean left. The camera is super inverted, I know, but if you go in game and check, it is gonna be left, like without a death cam. And it's also, so that's the reason it's also gonna be left on your controller here. And it's also, you know, it looks like it's left, but whatever, what am I talking about? It's left. Just just go left. Yeah, walk two steps outwards, turn left, without stopping to sprint, and count 7 steps exactly. Like I'm gonna slow it down again. Right, hug that wall. Like 1, 2 steps, and then turn left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's not gonna be hard. I know it just looks harder than it is. Let me go back and do this in normal speed. Counting steps is not that easy. And not that easy, not that hard, I meant to say. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then you're done. That's the hardest part, not the hardest part. That's basically the skip done. All you gotta do next is cast spook and walk like somewhere because the 7 steps is a good setup, you're gonna have like quite a lot of freedom on where to walk here, like somewhere where my mouse pointer is gonna be. Let's just like walk there. And then it's important that you whoops, what did I do? Okay, when you walk off the edge here, don't quit out immediately. I know it's hard to not panic there, like it was for me, but if you quit out too early, you're not gonna get it. You have quite a lot of freedom towards the back end. If you hit like quit out exactly when your character, even if you hit it like as you hear your character scream, it's still gonna be enough time. Depending on your reaction time, of course, but just get a feel about, I guess, for how you're gonna do this, how long you're gonna wait for the quit out here, because you can't see anything, so you have no visual cues. Like, you know, you see yourself. Don't panic here. Again, you have enough time. You definitely have enough time to get the quit out. You see yourself walking off the edge. Like, as soon as you see your character moving towards the camera, that means you're falling. Quit out. And I actually did it kind of early here. Just wait a little longer. Yeah, and that's the skip done, actually. So for those of you who didn't know what's happening next, you're gonna be here, and all you're gonna have to do next is gonna be like jump around these rocks in such a way that you get into actual urethel. What I use as a lineup here is I jump right as I hit that part of that rock. Yeah, and then you're in urethel. Yeah, that's basically it. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below, and yeah, I linked the video so you guys can watch it. There also, if you go to speedrun.com/DarkSouls3 any %NTD, there's gonna be my current best. I just took this one because it has really nice early game splits. Yeah, there's gonna be my PB. You can also look at that, and you know, slow down. The best you can do is probably slow down the video and look when I jump, because that is, I'm pretty sure you're gonna think the same, that is the hardest part of the skip, is getting the jump timing down. Yeah, so as I've said, feel free to comment any questions, and if you want to see me perform this live, or actually if you want to see me reset a bunch, hop over to my Twitch. Drop a link in the description, and yeah, see you there.